What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another wonderful Triple S Productions. I am your host with the most, Andrew Brown, and today I am here to bring the heat down on you guys with this video here. Because you see, over the past year or so that I've really been hitting the ground running with this content game that I've been on, trying to highlight all of the best of the hospitality scene throughout British Columbia. There's been one niche in particular I've been finding myself in a whole lot, and that has been BC's amazing spicy scene. I've come to find out I have a pretty good spice tolerance, and I've come to find out that I'm on the higher end and I enjoy spicy foods, but I have also come to find out that I am a mere mortal, and those limits can be tested. That was absolutely f***ing intense. I had to get all this. I had to stop. I was literally feeling it in my chest. My hands are shaking. And I can find my edges. See, the last time that I did a pepper eating contest, which got really hot, really quickly. And if you haven't seen that video, make sure go check that out here after this. But even in defeat, I gained something much better, which was the respect of a wide variety of people who make up the amazing heat-filled hot pepper scene right here in British Columbia. Now, let me tell you, before I started meeting these people and getting really ingratiated more in the community, I was sorely undereducated about how much amazing produce, especially of the spicy variety, is grown right here in the province that we live in. The good people at M&R Hotstuff, big shout out to them. They are an amazing local pepper provider and grower. They make sauces, jams, all types of things with a little bit of extra kick into them to bring some spice to your life. But they dropped an absolute care package on me. I mean, look at this. And it is so hot, I literally had to turn down the AC. It's been burning a hole in my freezer. This that you are seeing right now is a freezer gallon bag full of super hot peppers, some of the spiciest peppers on the face of the earth, and the ones that they grow in particular. I am going to be doing a little bit of a super hot pepper gauntlet here. I'm gonna try each of these, at least in a little bit of a manageable dose, hopefully. Give my review of it, give my thoughts of it. Before we get into that, I wanna give a shout out to our good friends over at East Van Clothing. They've gone fully online now. Their storefront on the drive sadly had to close down. Rest in peace to that, but they are still going heavily online. Absolutely make sure you check them out. I'll throw the link down in the description below so you know where you can shop all their gear from. And speaking of gear, I've actually been working on a little bit of branding gear myself. You may have seen it in a few other videos I put out, working on some ideas, working on some designs. You know, if you are very interested in getting some Triple S Productions merch, let me know down in the comments below. It's a whole undertaking. I definitely want to do it if it's something that people are interested in. I'm super excited, and I think I got a little bit of nervous energy in me. I'm starting to ramble, so without further ado, let's get right into trying out these bad boys and see how this is gonna go. All right, first off, we've got the Dragon's Breath strain, one I have never heard of before. Apparently, according to the internet, it is somewhere in the neighborhood of 2.48 million Scoville units, so absolutely nothing to scoff about with this one. Starting off real nice and strong. They were not joking about the super hots portion of this. I gotta say though, that's a pretty nice looking orange pepper there. It does have a lot of the markings of what I know to be super hot. For example, you can see some of the folds in it. It's got some wrinkletation to it. Obviously, the coloring of orange usually means something crazy is about to go down. And that little guy down on the end there, that's a stinger. No, it's gonna sting you. I think that maybe means that it has some kind of, I think a lot of these are crossbreeds, obviously. I think that means it has something to do with a Trinidad scorpion. I couldn't find anything definitive about it, but everything was saying that this thing's about to be hot, so it's gonna be up there for sure. is about to kick me in the face. Y'all let me know if there's any, botanists or kind of experts out there who knows if that little stinger is on other things that don't have to do with the Trinidad Marunga scorpions or other scorpions. But that's what I've always heard personally about why they were called scorpions, because of that little stinger. But I'm gonna quit stalling. All right, we're gonna get right into tasting. Ready to go. No, I'm not crazy. I'm not gonna do that. Sorry. I know y'all are gonna want to see me eat these whole, but it's just not gonna happen. So I'll be right back. All right, y'all. I know it's pretty minuscule, but I got my first little sampling of a super hot. Hey, look, I've got, as I mentioned before, quite a few more peppers to go. So y'all better not be going crazy there. And hey, if you think you can do it, why don't you show me below? Why don't you let me know? Send me videos of you trying out Dragon's Breath peppers. I bet you won't, because I bet you don't even got it. I bet you couldn't even handle something this big. But without further ado, I'm getting self-conscious. I'm gonna try this bad boy out. Let's see how it is. Oh yeah. Oh, that's immediate. Like it's almost as soon as it touched my tongue, it was almost like ka-cha. Like sometimes, when you try hot peppers, you try it and you're like, oh, that's a little bit nice. That's cool. That's got a little bit of a zhuzh, but then it kind of builds and builds and builds. That one felt like it was an immediate throat chop. It did feel like the sting. It felt like a sting. Look, I don't know if it has anything to do with the scorpion, but I feel like it may be. It may be. But to me, it was mostly unlike my tongue. That's where a lot of the heat was. It had a decent little flavor to it. It was nice. Pepper number 1 down. I feel like the Dragon's Breath, that was a good way to start off. Nothing too bad, but something pretty strong for sure. Definitely has some kick to it. By the way, for all the people screaming down below who just saw that, this isn't just regular water that I'm drinking right now that you may be thinking y'all might be screaming, hey milk, hey milk. You know what? The good people at M&R Hotstuff actually told me that citrus juices help bind the capsaicin, and they help you not get the cap cramps or the capsaicin cramps that you get a lot of times from eating super spicy stuff in your stomach. That can happen. That definitely happens to me every once in a while. So thank you for that tip. It has been very helpful, and I will say the citrus does cut pretty well. Next up, we got our CC Jigsaw Brain. Whoever comes up with the names for these peppers also, I feel like they either deserve a raise or they've watched too many horror movies, because all of them are about pain and sadness and infliction upon their fellow man, which I get it. That kind of is what's happening here. That's kind of par for the course. So, hey, maybe it's accurate. Maybe it is a good name. So what I'm reading is this is somewhere in the neighborhood of about 1.6 million Scoville. So not quite as hot as that Dragon's Breath we just had, but still an absolute kicker. And I will say sometimes the Scoville scale, I know it's supposed to be pretty objective from basically the amount of capsaicin that it has, but sometimes different peppers just hit differently. Sometimes a different type of spice will hit you differently, kind of like a wasabi spice, or the horseradish kind of spice hits a little bit different than a hot sauce spice. Sometimes they just get you, and sometimes a pepper that's not even that bad. Look at jalapenos. People joke about jalapenos all the time. Sometimes you get one and it's like, was that like a bell pepper? Was there like even any spice to that? And then sometimes you get ones that feel like they're even hotter than habaneros, in my opinion. So there's all types of variables depending on the ripeness, how they grown, and all that type of good stuff. But this Brain, again, has a lot of the hallmarks of another super hot. It's got that orangey color, nice and wrinkly. It's the folds really hold all of the aged power and wisdom, and in this case, just destruction of taste buds over the years. It's honed it together into this powerful little bad boy. I came here with a little bit more sizable of a bite of the CC Jigsaw Brain. Let's see what it's got for me. Bon voyage. Subscribe, y'all, if y'all are loving seeing me go through crazy challenges like this. Got much more in the tank if y'all are willing to come on the journey with me. Whoa. Whoa. Wowzers. Wowzers. Okay, that one had better flavor, I think. I don't know, that felt hotter than the Dragon's Breath. I know when I looked it up, it said, again, that's why I told you sometimes. Sometimes I feel like the Scoville scale can be a bit of a misrepresentation. That's hot. That's got some heat. That's got some good kick to it. Very good. I like the taste of that more. It at least had that like kind of classic, almost bell peppery kind of taste in the beginning. Almost like, again, your more classic, very floral, herbal kind of a thing before it decided to take that first drop kick. It hit strong. I will say these ones, this one's sticking around a little bit longer. Again, I did take a more substantial bite, a little bit, but this one's sticking around a little bit longer. But both of those so far were really hi-ya, like quick kicks, real quick snatch to the face, real quick wake ups. Like I feel like I'm perked up. But that was pretty good. I like the CC Jigsaw Brain. Still pretty intense. Don't know if it would be something that I would necessarily integrate into my regular cooking every day, but that I think was maybe my favorite one so far. Pretty good. I could see some actual flavors to it. I could see some real world applications that I could potentially use for that. Whew. Wow. Okay. What's the next one on our docket? Hurtberry. Did I read that right? Yeah. Hurtberry. So this Hurtberry pepper they're saying is about 1.6 mil Scoville. So very similar to that CC Jigsaw Brain that we just had. Another one from out of the UK, I believe. Look at how it's glowing. Like that thing looks radioactive in front of my face in the lighting. Like look at that. Look at the pop. It's like pa 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 pa. That's how you can tell. Pa 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 pa. That's. Whew. I gotta take a second. This is another super hot, about 1.6 million Scoville. It's tiny, which that was one that we haven't said so far. This one's been a lot smaller than some of the other ones. And in my experience with spicy, good things often come in small packages. And by good things, I mean powerful things. Ground control to major hurt. We're about to hurt myself. I'm about to eat some pain. All right, let's see how this goes. Hurtberry in 3, 2, 1. I really just missed my mouth. I'm already losing it. All right, where did that go? Two peppers in and the peppers are already starting to win. All right, let's try that again. One more time real quick. Hurtberry in 3, 2, 1. Oh, see, no. Now that's good. Don't let any of what I'm saying betray me. It's hot. Definitely got some heat. I think the least amount of heat of all three of them. But I see why they call it Hurtberry. It has a very sweet, much more sweeter, almost berry-akin flavor to it. I don't know if that's just placebo in my mind, like hallucinating things at this point, but I definitely got a lot more of a sense of a sweetness, more kind of berry, almost florally kind of a taste there before the heat again started kicking in. That one I think would make a really, really good like berry-related hot sauce one. I made these ones that was a ghost pepper blackberry hot sauce that I gotta say I was mighty happy about for my first time ever making a hot sauce. It was pretty dang good. Oh. Okay, this one is this one's starting to resonate around on the tongue area a little bit more. It's starting to hang in there. That one stuck around a lot more than a lot of the other ones. A lot of the other ones got in heavy, hit hard, and kind of got up out of there. This one's sticking around a little bit more. It's resonating a bit more. But still definitely the best flavor of any of them. I think the Hurtberry's become my new favorite. Knock the Dragon's Breath and the the Jigsaw down a little bit of a peg. That Hurtberry, that's good. That's good. Still so hot. You don't need much. It's literally a sliver and it's kicking me. I got another thing here that'll be intermingling as a spice remedy. Peanut butter is one that I've also found in recent history. It's a very good one at combating overly spicy stuff. So I got these little peanut butter filled pretzel bites. First and foremost, so good. But hopefully they'll help neutralize some of the evil that's coming my way as well. There's so many more to go. You got this, Andrew. I do it for y'all. I do it for the people. Your support is what helps power me through these kinds of challenges. This bad boy here is the peach miasma. Now I gotta say, this is, I think, the prettiest pepper I've seen so far. It's almost got like a translucent-y yellow kind of a tinge to it. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I think it's a really pretty pepper. It's kind of got this tiered thing to it. Obviously some nice folds. Almost a little thing here that looks like a bit like a biblical angel coming to attack you or something like that. Some type of sci-fi creature monster mouth. It's like extending, you know. It's about 1.5 million Scovilles, somewhere in that neighborhood. It's a little inconclusive, but this is a peach guy, and I know it's got some Carolina Reaper as one of the crossbreeds, so you know, that's kind of the one. That's kind of what people know as the classic super hot. But this is even better because it's a GMO super hot. A super hot? The real deal. This bad boy's gonna kick, but let's see just how much here. Hopefully everything stays all peachy keen right here. Cheers. Bon voyage. You know, I've said it every time, I think, but I like each one more than the last. That was good. That heat's not too terrible. It's definitely still super hot. Maybe I'm just starting to get into a zone, but that wasn't that bad. That was actually pretty good, and it did have some of the kind of like a little bit more tartness, I would say. Kind of almost something reminiscent of a peach. I love a good peach habanero hot sauce. There's a couple of different brands around here that make stuff like that. I think that could actually, I can actually imagine, because this is one of my problems, and I'm gonna be honest. Like, for some of these things, what do you make with them? Like, other than making a hot sauce, I'm sure actually M&R Hotstuff, you let me know. Other than making a hot sauce or a hot jam or something like that, like, what am I going to use a CC jigsaw brain in cooking wise? All right, let's keep the partake going. All right, what have we got? Ooh. This is one of those ones. It's the mustard primatale. That was one of the ones I know specifically the people at M&R Hotstuff told me to keep an eye out. And I feel like for good reason, and that reason being, it's probably gonna have some kick to it. Yeah, all right, this bad boy's kicking at around 2.2 million Scoville units, which would officially make it the hottest one I have tried so far, which is crazy to me, but it is true. I gotta go with what I go with. And you know what? I wouldn't have necessarily guessed it for this bad boy. It looks a bit unassuming. It's bigger. It's green, which usually means that they're less ripened. But from the picture that I'm seeing, that's normally what they look. They're more of a green color. They more look like this. They don't look that fiery hatred kind of colors that some of the other ones do. But hey, what do I know? I'm starting to become an expert more by the day, and this bad boy would not have been one of the ones that I would have guessed, but you learn something new. Mustard primatale, probably a heavy hitter kicker, but let's see exactly how badly his bad boy's about to kick me. When the moon hits your eyes like a big piece of pie, that's primatale. When the moon is your life and the moon is That's actually not too terrible. See, that's what, I don't know what's really going on here, because my hot take is that the Scoville ratings are just like kind of trash. They're not kind of trash, they're a pretty good ranking. They show you what you know, it's pretty generally true, it's a good indicator of heat, yada yada yada, all that kind of stuff, like a meteorologist, you know. They're usually pretty right, but sometimes I feel like they'll say something has crazy high Scoville ratings, and it's not as bad as something that's on the lesser end of the spectrum. I think it's all just how our bodies react. Ooh, yeah, when I clear my throat there though, I feel like there's a lot of heat going on. Could even be that at this point my tongue is just starting to go kind of deaf to everything, because that almost was like a jalapeno tasting. It was good. It actually was closer to like a Serrano. I feel like that tasted very similar to what a Serrano would taste like. So if you're a Serrano fan, or any kind of the applications that you would use a Serrano for, but you want a little bit of extra zhuzh, you could use that. I actually don't think you should, because that probably would kill you. But hey, not my funeral, that's all you. I'm just here to recommend stuff. That one was pretty good though. Still like the peach a little bit better, but I think that one's gonna slot in right on underneath that one. Like the mustard primatale, definitely one of the ones that I would recommend. One of the ones that I could take away that I could actually see some uses from in the future. You know, I've heard some people say that beer isn't the best when it comes to spicy things, but I tend to think that it is. You know what's even better than just any old beer? Triple S Productions beer. Yeah, that's right. If y'all haven't already seen that video, make sure to go check out that bad boy here. But I brewed my own beer. Look at how fun that is. Look at that cool label design. My partner did an amazing job designing the label, threw up our mission statement on the back, and the best thing of all, the beer is absolutely delicious. It's a Northeastern style IPA. So good. Shout out to Terminal City Brewing again for that one. I don't know, I think IPAs work pretty good with spice. They cut them out. It's not like water where it's like you're kicking gasoline onto the fire. The water with the lime juice does work really well though, but so does this beer. Maybe I'm just partial because it's my own stuff, but hey, you know, what's cooler than having your own brand on a beer? Like, we're starting to make it, guys. Isn't that awesome to see? I know y'all love it. All right, the next ones are the Ragnaroks from Kevin Bain. Shout out to you, Kevo. I don't know who you are in particular, but I'm sure you are a legend in the pepper community. So thank you for your great service. If M&R Hotstuff went out of their way to shout you out specifically, you gotta be one of those ones. But here we got the Ragnarok from him. Now it's a tiny little guy in a powerful package, but if any of y'all know, in Norse mythology, Ragnarok is like the apocalypse, the end of the world, the end times, the bringer of destruction. And hopefully this does not bring destruction to my life and only a pretty big kick of spice to the mouth. But we're about to see here. I'm gonna go try this bad boy out. Let's see if it holds up to its very ominous name. The end times are upon us. Let's see how I withstand it. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, that one's not too bad. A little bit of a grower. Didn't have too much of a kick up front. Yeah, not too bad. Very middle of the road pepper out of this bunch for me, I would say. Middle of the road in terms of spicy. Middle of the road in terms of flavor. Nothing to me that really stood out super particularly. Yeah, I don't know. I like that. It still is pretty hot. I can't really think of any specific uses that I would think out of it. Kind of one of the more middle of the road tier peppers for me. But good. Definitely has some kick to it, so definitely something that you could use for a hot sauce or something like that if you're wanting to ferment up your own batch. Maybe something good that, yeah, like I said, in a hot sauce I would go with something else, but not necessarily anything that would bring the flavor itself. I would need to use that in conjunction with something else. Yeah, so that was around 1 million Scoville, so it was on the lower end, so that makes sense. Not too bad. Definitely something that could be usable, but it didn't really stand out in particular in all of the categories. Maybe a bit of a jack of all trade kind of peppers if I were to describe it, but still, definitely understand why it was included in the package. Okay, now this name right here absolutely has me blown away. It's the Orca F5BB G7. That is an incredibly complicated name. I feel like the spice was starting to get to their head again when they were coming up with all these names. But let's see what this bad boy looks like. Oh yeah, that's an orange one. Another foldy one. This one's pretty solid. The other ones had some kind of like crunch to them. That's solid. Another one that's growing nuclear bright. We're gonna see where the Orca stacks up. The 7-Pop Bubblegum, they're a combo crossbreed type of a thing. Like all of these are just crazy, crazy GMOs meant to give me the utmost test of endurance in my life ever. So let's continue along with that path. I feel like I'm swimming in a sea of spiciness right now. Almost as if I'm a spicy orca. Yeah, okay, you guys just wanna see me eat this. All right, fine, fair enough. Why would you make 7-Pop bubblegum? Like, that's gotta mean something too. I don't know the history behind it. Maybe y'all let me down on, maybe y'all let me know down in the comments below. Oh, yeah. Kick, kapow. Yeah, where does 7-Pop bubblegum come into the name? Like, is that a thing? Is 7-Pop bubblegum a thing? I've never heard of that before. Okay, that one's getting me more. That one's getting me more in like this kind of an area. More in my throat. Yeah, it's starting to. Oh, makes it a bit harder to talk, that's for sure. But yeah, I think it's a little bit of the combination of its compounding and it's a little bit of all of the above. But that was pretty good too, not bad. Again, it's gonna slot more in the middle of the road kind of a thing. Didn't really do anything for me in terms of flavor. It wasn't the spiciest either. So yeah, those two are gonna sit pretty firmly near each other. I will admit, I haven't been brave enough to try any of these with seeds. Is it a myth that the seeds hold most of the capsaicin in a pepper? Y'all let me know, please, because I've always heard that as a myth, but I wasn't sure if it's an old wives' tale. I haven't Googled it or anything like that. I mean, I could do that right now, but where's the fun in that? I'm trying to get some community engagement here. So if you know the answer to that question and can confirm it, please let me know. We got the boo-ha, boo-ha-ha, boo-ha-ha, boo-ha, SLP. Boo-ha-ha, boo-ha-ha. That one's kind of nice looking. It's got a little bit more of like a maroony sort of a tint to it. A little bit of a mix of the orange and the red. Not quite of that like nuclear red we've been seeing for some of those other ones. Not quite so aggressively looking. It is tiny, compact. It's got those folds of hatred. It's got a fun, you know, cute little, look at that little guy. You can kind of just like, he can sit on my hand. It almost looks like a little old man pepper just kind of sitting there. Look at that. Look at that cute. No words, only feelings. That one's pretty good. That one shoots up there. I have a hard time sometimes nailing in a little bit more of the flavor palettes of these things because a lot of the times what my brain is just firing to me is like, hot. But I can say that some of these peppers do taste better than just hot. It's just what hits for a lot of the stuff. That one was good. It sits, I think that's top 3 now. But I'm liking that. That has some good flavor to it. It is hot. It's got some good heat, but it's not like unbearably so. I think I'm starting to hit a stride where it's just kind of like, I'm sort of just floating through this stuff. I feel like Rocky. I feel like I got this. I finally feel the confidence to power through. There's only 4 left. I only got 4 more left. Now, this one is a bit of a zinger. That's right, original zing. Zing, zang, zong, zow, whoop. I don't know what the copycat zing is or the fake zing is, but I know one thing's for sure, and that this one is the original zing. Oh, it's so small. Oh no. Apparently, this one is one of the higher end ones too. Maybe that's why they called it the original zing, but it's tiny. It's got the nuclear red option this time. A very pretty looking pepper. catches the light very nicely, very easy to see. So maybe this one is gonna be the one that starts kicking me back in and starts making, because I'm starting to feel a little bit confident, all right? I'm starting to feel like I've got this in the bag, but hopefully, let's see if this one's about to humble me or if I'm about to walk right through it like I did some of those other super hots I just tested out. They said this on the Google search is a very hot, unstable hybrid. I think it's rude to just call a pepper unstable, okay? It's rude to call anybody unstable. I think you're very stable, Mr. Original Zing. Oh, that's why they call it unstable. Oh yeah. Okay. It is a little sweet. It is on the sweeter end. So it puts it up higher so it does have some actual flavor to it. But man, that heat, oh. Ooh. That's a zinger. I see why they call it the original zing. I don't know if I could, oh. That's hot. Oh, that's fucking hot. Wow. Yeah, that's got some kick to it. I don't know if I would recommend that necessarily for anything other than if you do hot pepper challenges on YouTube. Ah, look at me. This is the life I made for myself. I'm having a blast at it. Seriously, really, really am. But man, that's hot. It's really hot. It does have some flavor and some taste to it, a little bit sweeter side of things than some of the other peppers. So that's nice. It at least has something to back it up there other than pure heat, but man, oh man, that brought the heat. And with that, we're in the final stretch. Just 3 more peppers to go. This one is the RB003. That sounds like some type of creature from like an alien movie or something like that like broke out of containment, that they're like, oh no, RB003 is loose, it's gonna destroy us. Oh. Yeah, I feel like I've been hitting it with a couple of these other ones. That one's got a big stinger. It is nuclear poppin' orange. It's got a good blast to it. It looks big, it looks mean. They just say it's brutally hot. I'm not even finding an immediate Scoville when I look it up real quick. Just brutally hot. So that's what we're working with here. That's where we're sitting at. Brutally hot. I haven't really so far even been doing smell tests, but for this one, I didn't even have to really do a smell test because from just opening the bag, this bad boy smelled like it's got some kick to it. So let's see what we're working with here. Oh man, things that I do for y'all's admiration and my own satisfaction. Don't forget that. Whew, okay. Without further ado, we're going in, we're gonna complete it. We're gonna complete the challenge because when I put my mind to it, I can do absolutely anything, and especially enjoy amazing, amazing hot peppers from our local farmers, our local growers, and the people who put their hard-earned money and time into making it. Really, really appreciate that. Just had to take a few seconds to say that and stall that before I put this heat in my mouth. Heat wild. Okay, hot for sure, but very flavorful. It's almost got like a rich flavor. I had an actual aftertaste to it too. Kind of sweet, but then almost not like savory is not the right word, but almost like a full body to it. Like almost kind of like a little bit of umami. Like it had an aftertaste. That was weird. Like all the other ones have kind of just had their initial taste and then they were just washed out by fire and flame, which, yeah. At this point, that's a given if you're not assuming that. I'm trying to focus on things other than just like, I'm in the Sahara Desert, I'm sweating everywhere, it's happening. But yeah, that was good. That might be now my next second favorite. I've completely lost track of the rankings. I know that peach one was still my favorite one. That's gonna be up at the top for me. But that one, that was really good too. I really, really enjoyed that. I definitely would recommend it. I really like that one, the RB003. Definitely a heater, but maybe had the most complex flavor of any of them. And that alone gives it a lot more reasons to be used in other kind of cooking applications that I can think of outside of, again, just a hot, just a hot sauce or something like that. We've got the chocolate moringa. It says satin on here. I believe they meant to say sage. I'm just gonna say, if it is satin, that's nice. For once they actually put a name that kind of sounds like soft and comforting, like loose satin. But no, I believe it's Satan. The chocolate moringa scorpion Satan strain. So that one for sure, finally I know, is one of the ones that has a scorpion cross hybrid. Which is weird because it doesn't really have the stanger. I don't know, the stanger. Stanger. I mean, I don't know. This one doesn't really have the stinger. It's got a little bit of it, so maybe again, I'm going completely crazy. But another thing that I know is that anything with chocolate in the name and a pepper comes with, you guessed it, a whole bunch of heat. And this one's looking like it will be none the less for that. This is not your Hershey's chocolate. This is not your milk chocolate. This is dark chocolate of a completely different variety than the bitter kind. The bitter that bites back, baby. Let's try this bad boy out real quick. Starting the dessert portion of this round with the chocolate moringa. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, doesn't taste anything like chocolate. I can tell you that. Tastes spicy. Spicy. Oh, that is hot. Oh. It's one of those kind of reverberous ones. Not quite as sweet or anything like that, but it's very rich almost kind of, which I think maybe is where the chocolatey kind of descriptions are coming for. It definitely doesn't taste like actual chocolate. It just tastes like heat. It tastes like spice. It tastes like I'm getting closer and closer to victory with this one. Just one final bad boy left. Sorry if I'm starting to rush at this point, but I can see the finish line and I can get across it. This hot pepper gauntlet has been absolutely nuts. This is the chocolate primatali. Look at that. The spiciest one we had earlier, crossed with another chocolatey bad boy. So this is exactly the pepper that I wanted to end this on, because I have a feeling that this one right here is about to knock my socks off. If y'all been enjoying this, please make sure to throw a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, follow us on all our socials. We do fun things that are different across all of them. We engage with the community like this. I don't only do spicy stuff too, because there's so much more to the community outside of that, but I really do have a special warm place in my heart and my intestines for all of our spicy people out there. So much thanks to y'all. Very appreciated. Let's knock this out with a bang. Let's finish it off with this chocolate primatali. All right, now, just like an episode of Hot Ones, we got an extra big little slice this time. It was about twice as big as all the other slices that I did. The chocolate primatali to end this one out. Put a lid on this spicy competition while I'm feeling like I am on fire. I know you can see it, my pores are exuding right now, but I feel great, I feel powerful, and I feel even better now knowing that I did it. Oh. Woo. Oh yeah, that was the spiciest one by far. Chocolate primatali, you are, everyone was here and then here, everyone was here and then here and then here. Chocolate primatali, you're all the way up there. Definitely the spiciest one of the bunch. Did have, again, that very classic peppery, kind of floraliness, sweetness up in the beginning. which was a nice little lullaby to rock you in right into sleep before it hits you with that punch that really blasts you away, really reminds you why it is a super hot pepper. And speaking of super, sorry, man, I can't even get to the outro. Gotta break out the big guns, hitting it with the milk. To be honest though, I think milk is overrated as a spicy cure. I do think both peanut butter and the water and lime juice work better. Milk is good, it does work, it just doesn't do 100% of the work that it needs to do that I think some of the other bad boys really come in clutch when you need them. Anyway, said that as one final reprieve to maybe gain a little bit of composure to give y'all a proper outro here. Thank you so much for sticking around for that. That was awesome and so much fun. Gave me some confidence back. I knocked another spicy challenge right out of the park. That was that felt like a redemption after the Tears of Joy pepper competition, because that really did knock me down a peg. Still never gonna do a full pepper competition again, but I'm very happy to keep on trying out more super hots. So if y'all got your super hots, any of those people out there I know of, I'm talking to you, Stoke the Fire. I'm talking to you, Pyro Peppers. Any other of y'all who are out there and got them, send them my way. I'll share them with friends. I'll share them with people. If it's one that I haven't tried it before, I'll give it a ranking. But this gauntlet did bring me back a little bit of satisfaction to know that I still got a little bit of it me in there. I still got a pretty good tolerance for the spicy, and I still can keep it real for y'all and hold my composure down when I need to for the people. So thank y'all for sticking around. Thank y'all for coming through and listening to this one. Again, subscribe down below if y'all hadn't. We've got a whole lot more great content coming this year. I'm super excited for it. Check out our friends out at East Van Clothing. Check out M&R Hotstuff, the people who sponsored us for this video, who provided that amazing product. They're one of the best growers of hot peppers and creators of hot sauces, hot jellies, hot jams, anything else you can think that's spicy. And even not, they got other stuff outside of that, but that is definitely where their bread and butter is at. So absolutely check them out. Their links are down in the description below. Thank you again one more last time. Really appreciate it. It's been such a blast. And until next time, peace out, y'all.